Alright guys, made it here to the Dimensions. This actually used to be an old hotel over here in LaPorte, and they since have made it into a couple of things. There's a comic book store over here, and then down the road, not too far, like the next door, is a bookstore. So we'll check out both of them. Let's check out Dimensions right now.
I'm Riley. We sell comic books, movies, music, sell basically everything.
What are some like interesting things that you guys have in the store?
Interesting? I mean, a lot of the statues around the place, they're donated from someone's personal collection, but I think those are pretty interesting. On this wall, there's a $100 one right there. There's a $200 comic book right there. You got a couple 40s, 60s. Come on in anytime you guys, we're open from 10 to 7 on the weekdays and 12 to 6 on Sundays.
So yeah, this comic book store is pretty cool. They got all the newer stuff up here, of course, for sale, like all the new stuff. But like you said, they have some comic books that are worth like $200 over here. All the cool, different like statues that were donated. And this is not a small comic book store. This is pretty large. They got a lot of different things. Like, let's look over here. You'll see all the different comics. So they have it alphabetically ordered. Doctor Strange, Abominations. A lot of these I've never heard of. I've heard of Ant-Man because of Marvels, but I've not heard of like these people. Alpha Flight, I've not heard of them.
I love comic book stores. I used to go to them when I was a kid. I even had my own box, which means like, you know, they would reserve comic books for me, and you know that's something like me and my older brother would love to do. One thing I love about the store is like see how they organize like their comic books. They have like a comic book in the front, like so this is Avengers, so this is all A, Captain, you know, so you can kind of see like a little bit of like the organizational thing, but it's very, very cool. And seeing some of these older comic books, you see Iron Fist, you guys seen the Netflix series off of that. And then Shazam, he was actually Mr. Captain Marvel. He says here Captain Marvel, but I think for like Marvel trademarks, they changed him to Shazam. But it's cool to see all these like comic books out here displayed, and I love this kind of stuff. I collected pretty much every. I collected a lot of Marvel, I collected DC, I got into like Image. I like the unique kind of like superheroes, like Thunderbolts. It's like a people like a group of villains. You can probably see it's not quite the same like the one in the movie, but another. You know, certain comic books I like Spider-Man. He was like one of my favorite heroes. Robin, I loved him. You know, he has like his own comic book series. I just like love comic books. It takes you to another place, and I love the artwork. I love like the stories. So it's good to be back here. I think when I was like collecting comics, they were maybe like $1, maybe like $2. But look, back then, you can see this was 12 cents. This is how much comic books were back then. And now like the same comic books like $50, $80. So, you know, it's kind of cool, like the progression. And, you know, they're not 12 cents anymore. I'm telling you that.
All right, so they got all types of collectibles, not comic books. They got records, like old vinyls over here. We actually have a whole bunch at the house from my parents. I wonder if they're worth anything, but they got a lot over here. Then they got all these little secret rooms. So there's a room over here with like DVDs. They got Hot Wheels. They got cassette tapes. Probably some what is it called?
8-track.
So probably some 8 tracks too. But over here they got some cards, and then you just kind of look around this whole place. They got novels. They got more like graphic novels too, toys, and in the back over here is like the sports area. So they got some sports memorabilia somewhere. Actually, last time we were here, this wasn't even open. So right here is the sports memorabilia over here. Very cool place that you all should check out if you're ever in LaPorte, Texas. All right, so that's gonna be it for our day here in LaPorte. We went to a coffee shop, or I went to a coffee shop, talked to the hotels, And now we did Dimensions Comics over here. I enjoyed it. Definitely some places you definitely check out before or after your race. And yeah, go sign up. La Porte Half Marathon happening in November. So sign up at 3brosrunning.com. Don't forget, we are 3 Bros Running Company, bringing big city racing cities all across Texas. Peace.